Okay, last but not least, trying to calculate the period of that value of b for my function. Let's look again at what a sine function is supposed to look like. Okay? We've got starting at 0 here and ending at 2 pi. This next one is kind of different. It's not something that we've seen before. It's not obvious where this period ends. I mean, we could speculate and say that it's probably somewhere in this area, but good luck telling me what the coordinates of that point are. Okay, so something that we haven't really discussed yet is how we might be able to come up with the length of the period based on the information that they've given to us here. Well, let's think about this. Your average sine wave, sine of x, the period is supposed to go from 0 to 2 pi, right? We've got a length of 2 pi. Now, the information that's been given to me here in this graph, I know where the maximum point is, and I know where the minimum point is. I know how long horizontally, and again, the length of the period based on this horizontal distance. I know how long horizontally it took to get from the max to the min. Now, if you think about these points on a regular sine wave, just as an example, the horizontal distance between pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2 is what? Find that distance, we subtract, right? 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2 is 2 pi over 2, which is equal to pi. So what that tells us is that the distance from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2 is pi. The distance horizontally from this maximum to this minimum is pi. And what is pi? Pi is half of the total length of the period. Long story short, if I know the horizontal displacement or the horizontal distance between the max and the min, if I double that, I get the length of the entire period. So in this case, the length of the period would be the distance horizontally from 0.375 to 0.125. That distance, 0.25 horizontally, if I double that, and again, why are we doubling it? This is only the distance, this value here in parentheses, is only the distance from the max to the min. If I want the entire length of the period, I have to double what that value was before. Now, if I double this, I get 0.5. And if I know what the length of the period is, I can find the value of b, right? We covered this in class. The value of b is 2 pi divided by the length of the period. So in this case, b would equal 2 pi over 1/2, which is 4 pi. Take this and the other two values that we talked about in the previous videos,